Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Starseed Zayed, and we have a timeless reading for the next 7 days. So this is just a general reading. If you're here, this message is meant for you, okay? So we are going to start with our tarot cards, and then we're just going to draw some oracle, and then from another tarot deck. And I was just doing a little bit of Reiki energy work there to cleanse the energy of the cards. But we're just gonna see the next 7 days. Okay, so this is timeless, so it doesn't matter when you see this, if you see this right after. But yeah, like I was saying, this is a timeless reading for the next 7 days. So let's see. Doesn't matter when you see it. If you see it right after I upload it, then the message is for you. If you see it months later down the line, the message is still for you. Now, because it is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave everything else behind. Okay. 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, and 9 of Swords. Okay, so what I see here is you were kind of at a loss with this 9 of Wands here. I'm seeing that you're leaving a relationship of sorts. Again, for some of you, this might not be a romantic relationship. It might be something with your family or with your friends. But we're seeing that 8 of Wands, we're seeing that 9 of Swords. I'm seeing here that you're guarded and you're trying to remove yourself from a situation. And I'm seeing that in these next 7 days, it's really going to come into fruition, because we're seeing a lot of movement here with this 8 of Wands card. It's almost like you leave the situation and you know that you had to leave the situation, because it feels to me like your growth as a person, and just your growth in general in relation to whatever it may be that you're currently going after in your life. It just feels like you hit a dead end, and so you're leaving behind this situation here, and you're a bit guarded. It feels to me like the people, the person, because I feel for you this is a relationship for most of you. Again, this is a general reading, but I feel it in the collective that for most of you this is a relationship situation that you are leaving behind. This person wasn't good for you. They were not, it doesn't seem to me like they were in support of what you wanted to do. It doesn't seem to me like they were there for you, honestly. And so you're leaving that behind. It could also be for some of you that you're leaving behind work. But we'll look into this. Yeah, it feels to me that this was not a healthy situation for y'all. So we're going to look for more information and see that 8 of Wands. I want to clarify it. I want to clarify this 8 of Wands. That is the card. 3 of Wands. Okay, so yeah, it really feels like you were looking out for something better, something that you've been waiting for. You've sort of been dreaming about it, and for some of you, you've been thinking about doing this for quite some time. And so it's strange. I get the feeling like you were going to do this eventually, but this relationship situation with this person sort of accelerated this process, and now you're making your move, is what I'm seeing here. Because 3 of Wands, can I just say all 4 cards are Wands, so this is fire energy. You might be dealing here with a Leo, with an Aries, with a Sagittarius, or with somebody that has those zodiac signs and their ascendant rising or their moon rising. But I'm seeing here a lot of movement and a lot of passion, but also a lot of arguments and a lot of fighting, because it is a lot of fire energy that we are strictly seeing thus far. We're also seeing that sword energy, which is air, and that just goes so well with fire. So it really is. Okay, yeah. Wow. Okay, so we have the Queen of Coins and we have Death. And so yeah, I'm seeing you walk away from uh this situation here. But also you're pursuing some sort of work, some sort of opportunity here. It also feels like you know your worth now. What I get here with this Queen of Coins, it's almost like you know your worth now. You know you deserve better than how this person has been acting as of late. So you're just packing it up and going. Because when we see this Nine of Wands, we're seeing us leaving a losing situation, and it definitely is a losing situation because we have that Death card. You're gonna cut the ties to this you're gonna cut the ties to this person. For most of you, I feel that this is a relationship, but I also feel that for some of you, this could be friends, this could be family, it could be a job, it could be a place that you're living that you know you no longer want to live in. Yeah, it just feels to me like this is the end of this situation, and it's going to be you. You're the one that's going to initiate this change. You're the one that takes action. You're fed up, you're over it, and you're just going to say, you know what, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And if people aren't going to be on the same page as me, then that's the end of that relationship. I don't need to put any more energy or time or, you know, emotions into this relationship that is completely one-sided. We have Earth Mother. I love the similarities here. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. So that's interesting. I want to draw two more. Mountains, stand your ground. Fire Guardian, ignite your passion. Yeah, this Fire Guardian, when we see the Fire Guardian like this, we're looking at a very sexual energy. So for a lot of you, this is a romantic situation that you were dealing with. Boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, an intimate relationship, if it was strictly that. It could have also been, you know, even though it's a sexual energy, this card, because it is looking at a close relationship type of situation, this could be referring to relationships with your family or with friends, close friends, and it's again, it's really this sensation of, okay, you guys are really going to pick it up and get going, because it feels to me like these people or this person is not on the same page with what you want to do with your life. Okay, we're seeing the Earth Mother, we're seeing the the Queen of Coin. So we're looking at you really wanting to pursue your prosperity and your highest good, and the Queen of Coins, you know, she does her own thing. So you know, it's like this energy is all about independence and having the best for yourself and not taking anything less than what you deserve. So it's very interesting. It's almost like you're like, wait a minute, I don't need to have this in my life anymore. I don't need to put up with this person or these people or this job or this place that I'm living in. I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to continue playing on in this thing. I can remove myself and go to that place where I desire to be. I can leave this person and be single and go pursue my passion, or I can go pursue that dream of mine. I get like entrepreneurship with this, but I also get, because, you know, I get entrepreneurship because we're seeing here Earth Mother, we're looking at Mother Gaia, obviously, Mother Gaia. So we're looking at the Divine Feminine, and you can see there, this Earth is her womb. Her womb is the planet Earth. And again, that's just referencing the divine feminine, divine goddess, okay, the goddess energy, and how there's such a good card. It's in the Starseed Oracle, I believe, but basically it's called Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? And it just feels to me like you were always the one taking care of other people and checking up on them and making sure that they were okay, but nobody was really doing that for you, if that makes sense. And so you're going to have this epiphany where you're going to realize this, and you're just going to remove yourself from the situation, and there's going to be pushback from this. The people around you or this person, they're not going to agree with this shift that you're going to pursue. And so they're saying, your guides, they're saying to stand your ground, but also it's symbolic because mountains, it's like you're taking a huge step forward, and this is something that you have to climb and conquer, right? You have to climb up to the mountain to conquer this. And so this is going to be a little bit of a transition for you guys. And also with this Earth Mother, I want to go back to it. I'm getting here that they're saying to start pursuing more of a vegetarian, vegan diet, to start being more conscious and eco-friendly and environmental friendly with the products you're buying. I really get the sense here of spending more time in nature, spending more time outdoors, and this is going to help you relax and calm down after this whole situation blows over. Because when we see this Death card, there really is no retribution for the current situation that you find yourself in. Okay, eventually it is going to it's going to meet its end, basically. You know, we're seeing a change in your life, okay? A huge change. When we're seeing that Death card, we're seeing a huge shift in how you've been living, and there's no going back. And I think you guys know that. It's weird. I get the feeling that you guys know that. You just didn't want to take action. You know, it's weird. Like, I'm getting this feeling that it's like the place you live too for a lot of you. Like the place that you live, you feel that you've reached a dead end, is what I'm getting, and so you're ready to hightail it out, and you know there's no going back once you leave. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands. So yeah, again, we have, similar to the mountain, you're having to defend your position, and here the Nine of Swords as well, and more fire energy. More fire energy. Okay, yes, I checked the bottom of the deck. We have the World. So we're looking at a huge shift. Let me see here. It's like you've been wanting to make a transition of sort, and this person around you has kind of been holding you back from doing this, or they're not on the same page as you are. And so it's like deep down you've known that this is a losing situation. You just haven't really acted, or you haven't really taken action, and now you're like, you know what, it's 2021, you're either with me or you're not, and you're just going to take out this whole situation. You're going to be the one that dismantles this whole thing, is what I'm getting here. And we're seeing the World here at the bottom of the deck. So we're seeing you making a huge move, making a huge change. And again, that World card also symbolizes the end of a cycle, the end of a era, of a situation. So very much this is pointing to you leaving behind your current situation and pursuing what your heart is calling you to do. So now we want to look at what exactly is your heart calling you to do, and what should be the next step. Obviously, you're going to leave the situation behind, but let's see if we can get better guidance into what's going to come afterwards. Because it looks like you guys are going to go through a very rocky couple of months after this. It really feels like people are just going to not want to associate with you. It almost feels like they're I don't want to say jealous, but it almost seems like they're insecure that you're going out and pursuing. Oh. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the 2 of Wands. Yeah. Like the situation was very stressful and you were burdened and you had a lot on your you had a lot of weight on your shoulders and on your back here. There was a lot that you were having to deal with. This was a situation that wasn't really for your favor. It also feels like your job, for some of you, you were being overworked, or you currently are being overworked. And so it was a situation here that just really wasn't working out in your favor. And then this 2 of Wands is like, your next step really is for you to make a choice. You can either choose to stay in the path that you're currently on, or you can choose to pursue what you truly desire. And with that Ace of Swords, we're seeing an energy here where you really have to believe that you are capable of doing this. So what I see after you leave the situation is it's going to be a bit difficult for some of you. There's going to be a lot of hard work involved because you're going to basically be on your own, and it's like you're going to be confronted with the concept of, should you go back to that situation, or should you pursue your own thing, your own entrepreneurship, which definitely seems like you're looking to do that. Okay. So we have the Hermit, we have the Hanging Man, we have the the 5 of Cups. Wow. 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Nice. Okay. So what I'm saying here is that after you leave this situation, you're going to go through a bit of a transition period. You're definitely going to take off spiritually and mentally, but you're also going to find yourself sort of alone. You're not really going to have a lot of contact with people, and it's really going to change your perspective on this situation that you went through. There's going to be a little bit of a mourning process here with that 5 of Cups. We're looking at a true sense of loss there, mourning, okay, sadness. With the 6 of Swords though, and the 7 of Swords, we're seeing you, again, you're on the move. So you leave your situation and then you leave this situation. It's almost like you're going through the motions, like you're shaking all the toxicity out of your system, and it's like you're going to be in one place and then you're going to go to another, and you're going to be pretty guarded here. But there is victory at the end with that 6 of Wands. So you are going to push through this situation, this issue with your spouse, your partner, or this issue with your job. Again, it's a general reading, so I can't really pinpoint, but that is what I'm seeing for this timeless reading. Yeah, it's a huge shift for you. It's a huge change, and your perspective literally changes. I feel like you realize that the people that you thought had you really never did, and so it's a real situation where you sort of go through a mourning, and sort of like you really felt that there was something there with this person or these people, and you sort of go through this mourning stage, and it leaves you very guarded. But in the end, you come out successful, you come out more strong, more mentally capable and practical, and you do go through a bit of a journey, because again we had that world card, so we're seeing travel. So it may be that you go somewhere and then it's not what you thought it would be, or it doesn't work out and then you go somewhere else. So it's a lot that's going to happen, but that isn't going to come till after the 7 days have passed, where you leave that situation that you were in behind. So that is the reading. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, and I wish you much love. Take care.